Jordan Peele's next film gets delayed. James Gunn announces the next Superman film. Bone Temple and House of Dynamite drop great trailers. The Smashing Machine gets a 15-minute standing ovation. Apparently, Gambit will have a huge fight with Doctor Doom in Doomsday. The Paper is already getting renewed for Season 2 at Peacock. Knives Out 3 finally released an official poster, and there's so much more to discuss in this episode of Movie News.
What's up, movie friends? Welcome back to Raiders of the Lost Podcast, the ultimate film and TV podcast. Let's go over the news of the past few days. I want to talk about Knives Out real quick. Who do you think is going to be the murderer? We got a great cast.
I got to remember the full cast.
Brolin, Glenn Close, Andrew Scott, Keighley Spaney, Renner, Josh O'Connor, Mila Kunis.
I think it's going to be one of the priests.
I bet it's Glenn Close.
Seems kind of obvious.
Veteran actor.
She seems kind of obvious.
He's done two guys for the last two movies. I think switch it up. He's gonna try to switch it up. I think
we'll see.
I think it'd be too obvious if it was O'Connor or Brolin.
True, and it's a cool poster they released to stay on it. It's POV from inside the grave of a dead man. And they are looking out. The camera's looking out. All the characters are along the edges of the hole.
It's a nice poster.
It's a cool poster.
It's nice. It's like a floating head, but it's not.
Kind of. Really cool news here. James Gunn has posted an image announcing the next Superman movie called Man of Tomorrow in theaters July 9th, 2027. And it's a art piece from Jim Lee of Lex Luthor in a really kick-ass robotic suit with David Cornsweet, Superman leaning against them, but they're both cartoon versions. This is exciting stuff. Now, I think the biggest news story of the week has to be news on Jordan Peele's next film. Obviously, he's producing Him, which drops in theaters very soon. He most recently produced Monkey Man as well. But Jordan Peele's next film has been removed from Universal's 2026 release calendar. Now, the calendar is stacked with all kinds of films. Jordan Peele was supposed to come out with his next film in October. I think it was October 26th, 2026. However, it's been taken off the calendar, which means that it's probably going to get delayed another year to the next October, I'm guessing, because he wants to come out around Halloween time. Now, this movie has not started production yet. He's still working on the film. They're yet to roll cameras. And an individual familiar with the project, according to Variety, said that he's still writing the film or finishing out the script. So
currently at work on the film. So he's working on it.
Obviously, there were delays. There were delays with the strikes and the guilds, and that pushed Nope. Or that was actually after Nope. So I think that's pushed his delay, which was supposed to be 2026, to a little further. So at some point it's going to come out.
It will come out.
Let him cook.
Yeah, I mean,
he's got to get it right.
It happens all. I mean,
we don't know what happened behind the scenes. Maybe he lost an actor or actress that was supposed to be in it from a scheduling conflict, and that delayed them having to open up because all the strikes messed up everyone's schedules. So maybe it could be something like that.
Could be anything, honestly. And it's not that it's been canceled. We get delays all the time. It's just normal.
All the time.
I'm not worried about it. I'm just as long as it's as good as it possibly can be. Let the guy take as long as he needs. It's fine. He just made Nope. It's not that long ago. Next, let's talk about some trailers this week.
Whew.
And we finally got a good look at 28 years later, The Bone Temple. This follows up shortly after the events of 28 years later, culminating with Spike encountering Jack O'Connor's Sir Jimmy Crystal and his gang of blonde-haired. Blonde-haired. I forgot how to read. This looks really exciting. It looks visually interesting, really grim and dark. It looks like Ralph Fiennes has a really big beefed-up role compared to really coming out in the third act of the previous film. Also, Spike has definitely been with the Jimmy's gang long enough where he now has blonde hair, and so he's probably been there for months, I would say.
Yeah, I wonder if they're wearing wigs.
It could maybe wigs, or it's like they're dyeing their hair.
Obviously, like he's been there long enough. His hair's grown out quite a bit, but they all have the very similar haircut, bleach blonde with the bangs. But it's possible it's a wig, probably not, so he's been there for a while. I'm very curious about this film. The poster they dropped is really cool as well.
Yeah.
Visually, really great, but also there's a connection between Ralph Fiennes' Dr. Kellison character and the Alpha, where he gets close enough to him until it looks like he's touching his shoulder. It's really interesting.
We got a hint of him having a charming relationship with the Alpha from a distance.
A very charming relationship.
He gave him a name.
They had a T.
Yeah. So it's not the first time he's encountered him. So it's really interesting. Also, no look at Aaron Taylor Johnson. There is another guy with a beard and hair who's getting attacked, but it doesn't look like ATJ. But that dude's rocking a giant beard inherent Venice, so he's probably in this film quite a bit. They're just hiding him.
Yeah, I think they have. Are they still filming this, or have they?
I think they're filming the third film. I think this one's wrapped.
Yeah, it's probably wrapped.
It comes out January 16th, not too far off.
You know, it looks like January, February, March are no longer months where movies just go to die. Obviously, some movies go to die there, and a lot of duds come out. But I mean, springtime and early winter.
Sinners, springtime movie.
Late winter, yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty interesting.
Let's move into the Venice Film Festival. James, take it away with the biggest story.
The Smashing Machine received a 15-minute standing ovation after its premiere at Venice. Debuted with a 100% score on Rotten Tomatoes, described as having a spectacular career-best performance from Dwayne Johnson. I am ecstatic about this film. Benny Safdie looks like he directed his ass off with this film. Dwayne looks special. Emily Blunt really looks terrific as well. I love sports movies and solo sport dramas, and I think obviously fighters make for great stories, whether it's boxing and now with the UFC fighter with Mark Kerr. I think it looks awesome.
Yeah, it looks fantastic. I'm actually in a Venice group chat on WhatsApp with people at the festival.
Oh, no way.
I entered it in it's pretty interesting.
Like who are the people in it?
I don't know. It's just people who are attending the festival.
Gotcha.
People make group chats at the festival. There's like 800 people in it. I spoke to a couple of people who saw the film, and they said it's really good for fans of sports movies, and it's more personal and emotional than it is about the sport.
It looks like,
which makes sense. It's like it's a character study rather than it is about him doing a lot of his matches. So that makes me even more excited for it. It's a very human story, it seems like. All right, let's talk about another fantastic trailer. We finally got a look at Catherine Bigelow's hotly anticipated A House of Dynamite. This film follows the White House as it reacts in real time to missiles headed for America. This releases October 24th on Netflix, starring Idris Elba, Rebecca Ferguson, Greta Lee, Anthony Ramos. We didn't really get much in terms of story outside of this general synopsis, but it's basically like a supercut of incredible looking footage, very intense, very, very powerful, with narration from one of the actors going over the themes of what the movie is. It looks like Rebecca is the lead of this film.
I think it's obvious. Yeah.
She's all over the trailer. She seems to be, I wouldn't know what you would call her job, but a handler in terms of communications in some capacity. Because she always seems to be communicating, microphones, earpieces. She seems to be like the orchestrator of the defense system in a way. That's my guess.
She's a point system.
Yeah.
She's a captain. She's a communication point for military bases. So like she's like all of them connected.
Yeah.
But this movie looks absolutely terrific. The voiceover work, I don't know which actor it's done by, but it's dialogue from Carl Sagan.
Oh, nice.
Which is really interesting. I can't wait for this movie. It felt intense watching it, like
I know.
A nuclear war about to happen.
I want to see this in the theater.
Yeah, unfortunately,
I don't want to watch
it's
it
a
on
Netflix
TV.
relief,
I want to go into a theater and watch this movie.
Maybe we'll get lucky with some local screenings in LA.
It should be playing at the Egyptian if it's Netflix.
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, we should definitely check it out there. Let's talk about One Battle After Another. It will be the first film since 1961 to be projected on VistaVision. This hasn't happened since One-Eyed Jack back in 1961. Now, the theatrical film formats for Paul Thomas Anderson's latest film have been revealed by him. To quote him, for the first time in a long time, a film will be projected in VistaVision. It's unlikely many of us have ever seen this. The last wide-release film projected in VistaVision was One-Eyed Jack in 1961, but now it's back. We have made 3 VistaVision prints. For the theaters that are playing this, it's going to be the Vista in Los Angeles, the Regal Union, I believe, in New York City, and then Leicester Square will have a theater playing the VistaVision version.
The Odeon Theater.
Now, according to quote Paul Thomas Anderson to continue, I hope, if you can, that it's possible for you to see it this way. If you like it big and loud and amazing, we have IMAX 70mm film screenings. If you like old-fashioned 5-perf 70mm prints, then we have that too. You don't need reminding, but it always bears repeating that seeing film on film is the way nature intended. So don't go against nature and seek out your local theater that projects film. I cannot wait to check this movie out. We're going to the premiere next week. It's going to be fantastic. I wonder what projection system they'll do. Probably 70mm.
I would guess 70mm at that theater. And really only a handful of major cities are doing this kind of projection. Any of them. It's Boston, Atlanta, Washington, New Orleans, Vancouver, Milwaukee, Sydney, Melbourne, New York, San Francisco, Chicago, And then Indianapolis, Phoenix, Miami, Dallas, and Toronto, where you can see these formats of one battle after another.
And, this is VistaVision's a high-resolution format created by Paramount back in the day. Widescreen, 35 millimeter.
They just turn the perforation, the film strips horizontally, so it's a bigger frame.
Now let's get into some more news. Gambit news. Channing Tatum apparently revealed that Gambit is involved in a big fight with Doctor Doom in Avengers Doomsday. This is revealed because his stunt double was involved in a ton of fighting because Tatum injured his leg earlier into filming.
Here we go. It's another sprinkle every fucking day.
It's just news, man.
Yeah, whatever.
You're always complaining. You're always, old man.
I'm not always complaining.
You're always complaining about Marvel.
I'm just saying, it's like every day is a new Doomsday thing.
It's a fun bit of news.
Yeah. Well, okay. I'm glad for Channing.
Gambit's a character we've always wanted. We finally got him for a little bit.
I'm glad for Channing.
Jeez, get off my lawn, Anthony, over here.
I'm just saying. It's just like it comes out in a fucking year and a half.
So we're talking about Odyssey a year in advance.
Not like Tom Holland was in a fight.
Listen, man. We gush about the Odyssey that comes out in a year. This movie, just because the movie comes out in a year, we can't talk about it.
All right,
can't not talk about it.
All right, you're right. All right, next up, Call of Duty is officially in the works at Paramount. Confirmed. They also have the rights to expand it into a universe in multiple films and TV shows.
I think this is smart. I feel like should have happened a while ago because Call of Duty not only has a massive diehard fan base, they come out with a game like almost every year. And those people are playing that game every single year.
Even when they hate it.
It's like they're like drug addicts, like, oh, I got to get my fix. So, and they do different versions, different styles, different wars. And I think it's finally time, and it's smart of Paramount to get on such a big IP from video games.
You can do Modern War, you can do World War II, like the first game. So there's a lot of leeway you can do the Black Ops. So it's interesting. I'm curious to see what they choose first, like which concept they're going to go with first. I would guess it's probably Black Ops.
And Paramount, they nail video game adaptations. I'm sorry, the Sonic movies are awesome.
Yeah,
the Sonic movies are really good.
Yeah,
and I think this is a smart thing to do.
One of my favorite things that came out this week was LeBron did his top 4 on Letterboxd with Kevin Hart, who just chose his own movies, which was a great gag. But LeBron's picks,
I had no idea.
He has the same taste as us.
He's a film boy. I had no idea.
LeBron's top 4 is Goodfellas, Coming to America, Gladiator, and then he put The Godfather Part 1 and 2 together as one pick.
What? I did not see this coming.
I was like, wow, this is great top 4.
Like, man, I know LeBron is one of the greatest ball players of all time, but man, I respect his film game now. Holy crap.
Now I'd like to let him be fun to watch movies with.
Like, hell yeah,
he picks
man.
Great
what
movies.
A film boy.
Yeah, man. Great top 4.
LeBron, my guy. Hell yeah,
He actually
man.
submitted that to us to read on Letterboxd recap.
Yes. He said, guys, I would love to be featured.
You're still aligned, bud. Don't worry.
A great filmmaker, Gore Verbinski, has announced his next film. Obviously, he's behind several of your favorite movies, including the pirate movies. So his next film will be Good Luck, Have Fun, Don't Die. This will release January 30th in theaters 2026. So I wonder if they're filming ASAP because this is not far away.
I hope so.
I hope they must have filmed it already. This stars Sam Rockwell, Michael Pena, Zazie Beetz, and Juno Temple. It follows a man who takes patrons of an LA diner hostage after claiming that he is from the future.
Fuck yeah.
I love Gore.
Cool. I love Gore. He hasn't made a movie since the horror film he made with Dane DeHaan and Mia Goth.
Which one was that?
The Cure for Wellness. Is that his last film that he directed?
Yeah, Cure for Wellness, 2016.
Crazy.
Holy
10
crap.
years.
I mean,
he took a huge break.
Can you imagine the workload that the Pirates movies were?
Yeah, the first 3 for sure.
The 9 years he was doing those.
Yeah, man. But man, I think he's a super talented guy.
I mean, he made The Ring.
Yeah.
Pirates movies. Lone Ranger, obviously not that great. Rango. He's an awesome filmmaker.
But great director. Even if the movie's not great, he's
yeah, for sure.
He knows
Rango,
how to make a movie.
I mean, yeah, the Lone Ranger, the filmmaking is awesome.
Yeah.
Speaking of one battle after another, check out this amazing poster featuring the film sent to us by our friends at movieposters.com. Use our code Raiders10 at checkout today at movieposters.com to get 10% off your order, and use our affiliate link in the description of this episode or our Instagram bio to get us a commission. We get commission, you get 10% off, you get an amazing poster. Movieposters.com our great friends. Go there today.
All right, next up, Netflix dropped another project's trailer with House in the title. This time we have House of Guinness. House of Guinness. I said it right. I corrected myself. This is from series creator Stephen Knight, the creator of Peaky Blinders. This was not what I was expecting.
Neither.
I thought this was going to be about making beer, and it's about crime, protests, civil unrest, rivalries, social hierarchies, and it looks super violent, entertaining, and it definitely has the Peaky vibe. This hits Netflix to stream September 25th, and it follows the Guinness family and the consequences of the death in the head of the brewery, Benjamin Guinness, and what happens after his death with the rest of his kids. I thought it looked so much better than I was expecting.
I kind of want to find some books about the Guinness family to learn about this stuff, because I had no idea that there's so much crime and scandals and tragedy with the family involved with obviously the creation of Guinness. And it follows after their father, who created the company, dies, and he gives the empire to only two of the sons, and then the other son and the daughter don't get anything. And obviously, I think that's just to set up all the drama involved.
It's like King Lear vibes.
It looks pretty cool. Not gonna
Yeah, I was like, I thought we were gonna get an origin of brewing beer, and I'm gonna make the first Guinness, and we tasting it. It tastes great. we did it. I thought that's what the show is gonna be, but it's not. It's Peaky Blinders.
Basically.
Yeah, it's great.
The Paper, the series spinoff from The Office, the same world, has already been renewed at Peacock for season 2. Has it even come out yet?
Not that I don't believe so.
And I believe they're dropping every episode at the same time.
Yeah, so we talked about the other day, something like that.
So yeah, this hasn't even come out.
Are there any reviews of it? Reactions?
Let me check.
Is there a rating at like on IMDb or Rotten Tomatoes?
There are no reviews at all, except for
Peacock's like, trust us, guys.
Okay, actually no. I think there's a review. Oh, no, that's an old version.
Right.
Yeah, The Paper. No, it hasn't been released yet. There are no reviews. They must feel confident about it, but we'll see.
Or they might have produced it with the multi-season deal.
Possible.
Probably also an option.
Possibly.
Yeah. All right, we got a new poster for Brendan Fraser's new film, Rental Family. It follows a struggling actor who's hired as the token American guy for a Japanese rental family company in Tokyo. I think this movie looks very charming and sweet, and a nice comedy, and I'm looking forward to seeing this.
I think it's going to be the feel-good movie of the year.
Seems like it.
And it's a really great concept, and I think Brendan Fraser, it's a role that I think probably will stand out in his career. You know, he's done so much action, obviously, with the Mummy franchise, and The Whale was a huge Oscar win for him, but this one really looks like it's tapping into positive emotions really well, and he's playing a character that's going to fill the void that so many people feel in their lives, whether they need a friend, a husband, a father, and it looks really freaking sweet, and I can't wait to check this out in theaters. It looks awesome.
Hell yeah.
Wuthering Heights, Emerald Fennell's upcoming adaptation, released posters all over the UK. This is going to star Margot Robbie and Jacob Elordi as Catherine and Heathcliff.
Yeah, and the posters are interesting, and they showcase some iconic lines from the novel. But the film does have some controversy with how it's depicting the source material.
What's the controversy?
And people on set described the film as abrasive, and test screenings were not very good last month. So we'll see. But
yeah, the slogan that they're going with for the posters, what was it?
Come Undone.
Come Undone.
Yeah. Next up, we got an exclusive clip from Twinless. I'm not going to watch the clip, but if you guys want to watch it, go ahead. Dylan O'Brien and James Sweeney star in this, and it follows two friends who meet in a twin bereavement support group. Their twins have died, and they form an unlikely bond. This hits theaters on Friday. New release.
Yeah. The clip basically is James Sweeney's character. He's at sort of a party, and one of his colleagues walks over to him and starts to ask about Dylan O'Brien's character, asking if they're together. But it's interesting because it's playing the dynamic that, you know, they've lost someone, but they're clearly struggling with connecting with anybody else in the real world.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Twinning.
We're coming to the end of the episode, and we actually have a couple of sad passings that happened in the industry lately. Graham Greene, the Oscar-nominated actor from Dances with Wolves, The Green Mile, Wind River, Red Dead Redemption, the video games, has sadly passed away at the age of 73.
Yeah, he's a great actor. He's in a ton of movies.
Yeah. And then David Keighley, who was really a pioneer of IMAX, passed away recently the other day at 77. Now, David, we were lucky enough to chat with him last year about IMAX, and he's one of those people that, no one knows his name outside of people who work in the industry and work at IMAX specifically. But he's really one of these people who will have had a lasting impact on cinema. He's been with IMAX for decades and running the quality control of IMAX for years now. And we got to talk to him about how he started with the company and the origins of IMAX and how it's grown so much, and how him and Christopher Nolan, they're really the two guys that made IMAX a format used for film now, outside of, before just really mainly being used for documentaries. And obviously the first movie they collaborated on was The Dark Knight. They did some footage with The Prestige, but The Dark Knight was the first movie theatrically released that was actually using IMAX film format cameras in film. And Keighley was a prominent figure in that, and he was in charge of dailies. He would watch dailies for all IMAX movies shot on IMAX film with all of Christopher Nolan's films. The last project he completed was Sinners with Ryan Coogler, worked on that. He'd been working on the dailies and viewing the dailies for The Odyssey. It's unfortunate he didn't get to see that project through, but there's a great quote from Christopher Nolan, which, Anthony, would you like to read it?
I would love to. From Chris Nolan, David Keighley was my friend and IMAX mentor for over 20 years. His expertise and collaborative spirit put IMAX cameras into my hands for the first time and opened Hollywood's eyes to the power of the format, starting with The Dark Knight. His keen eye and uncompromising standards meant that audiences were treated to the best possible experience of our films, a massive part of their impact. When a decade ago, photochemical film faced an existential threat, David brought it to our attention, just in time to rally filmmakers and studios and ensure continued production. No filmmaker would be able to shoot or screen film of any format today if not for David Keighley. Our entire industry owes him a massive debt. The last film he completed work on was Ryan Coogler's Sinners, and while it breaks my heart to know he will not be finishing The Odyssey together, I take comfort knowing that he personally supervised the processing and printing of everything we shot. I miss him as a collaborator and as a friend.
A titan, honestly, and a behind-the-scenes titan who just, when we talked to him, I felt like he just was a guy who just loves cinema, loves film, loves movies, loves working with filmmakers, loves filmmakers, and felt very humble. And also, he ran quality control. So after every IMAX movie, it says, email us at qualitycontrol@IMAX, wherever the email is, quality matters. And David was the one who would respond. He would answer every email that was sent to that email that was projected on screens at the end of every IMAX film. And so this is a person that is really so responsible for the future of cinema being more exciting with large format projection, large format production.
And I mean, before Nolan got involved, he was trying to get filmmakers to use IMAX way before Nolan. And he talked about how he almost got Coppola to use it for Apocalypse Now. It just didn't work out logistically. So he had been pushing for that, and Nolan seems to be the first director to really obviously take a grasp of that and realize its potential.
He was,
yeah, he was. And also, and he's right about the existential threat, and I didn't know Keighley was so involved in that. Because he's the film guy for IMAX, he was one of the first people to see the red flag of we might lose film. And so this was a group where Nolan, Scorsese, Tarantino, a bunch of other, J.J. Abrams, a bunch of filmmakers who use large format film for the filmmaking, they banded together and put together this great deal. Obviously, Keighley seemed to be the first one to raise the flag to make sure Kodak keeps printing and making photochemical film stocks. And now we know it's largely thanks to David Keighley, because if Nolan's saying that, that means it's fucking true.
Yeah. So we'll feel his effect forever for the rest of our lives in cinemas. IMAX would not be what it is. It wouldn't be opening 2,000 new theaters in the next couple of years without him.
One battle after another wouldn't be releasing in VistaVision if it wasn't for this dude.
Well, IMAX 70 mil, yeah.
Well, no, because he was about photochemical film being taken out.
Yeah.
So, man.
Absolutely right.
Yeah.
Well, sad passings. Well, that wraps movie news. It wasn't a super packed week, but there was a lot of good things to talk about.
It's all about spending good time with good company, man. I just noticed your IMAX shirt.
Yeah, so I wore my
Oh, wow,
IMAX
that's
shirt
great.
just for this episode.
You're blocking it with your mic.
Sorry.
Yeah,
I wore the IMAX shirt for David.
That's great.
Yeah, he was a cool guy. It was really cool to chat with him. We do a new thing now on YouTube.
Yes.
Where you can subscribe for memberships. And cool thing about that, just for $1 a month, you get access to the episodes early. So you can watch our episodes early. So sign up for memberships. It's how we pay the rent. It's how we pay the bills. Is people will log in and sign up for Patreon or YouTube, patreon.com/Raiders of the Lost Podcast. That's where you can sign up for memberships there. But get early access if you want. That'd be great. Don't forget to always do the things we ask you to do. Leave those 5-star ratings and reviews on Spotify and Apple. Be sure to follow us on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter. Do all the things. We appreciate you all. Share us with your friends. And take care, everyone.
See you next time.
This episode was executive produced by our chosen one patrons, Nicholas Martin and Jacob Kossler. Raiders of the Lost Podcast is a mirror image production.